WJBW is made possible by sausage. Stick one in your mouth.
Hey, all you racists out there, you should not be listening to our show because we do not like you. JB Retro.
Next.
Bob Leamy is the one guy that I know that has a drill bit big enough to do a big, nice, glory hole at any truck stop he goes to.
You're very silly. You know that. It's silly, man.
Nope. Fastest man to woman. That's what we're going to do. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't listen to some of our podcasts.
Maybe that's where it's at.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, you know, some people are into that. I know there's a website.
Fucking asinine.
Some shit like that. You gotta do the Rocky Mountain High.
Big disco.
Boy. Everybody get the Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah, I like it.
Seriously.
Yeah. Welcome back to the JB Rev Show. I am JB Webb.
I'm the Reverend.
Across the way, there's
What
the
up?
Reverend there. And in studio, special guest, Thomas Wynn. So stoked. Thank him for being here. Thank goodness. Okay, turn that down. Thomas, we'll get to him a little bit. We're going to have a healthy local legend session with him.
Yeah,
How
we
you
are.
doing?
Well, how are
You're
you?
coming
Thanks
in.
for
You're
having
coming in
me.
good.
Thank
Perfect. Good.
Man,
Wonderful.
I'm excited about tonight.
Yeah, it'll be great. Truly classic Orlando musician, aka one of the original. If we had like a Rat Pack, you'd be in their Rat Pack. He would be in the one of the Orlando original.
Are you kidding? He's basically Frank Sinatra.
Oh yeah. Oh damn.
For real.
Well, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got his logo up.
We
Thomas
finally got
Wynn,
him in here.
Thomas Wynn and thebelievers.com. You can go there. They're on Spotify as well. You go listen to some sounds. But through this session, we're going to do like we do, learn about people. And every single week, we try to cram a little bit of love up your browser and make sure that you're participating in something that's an integral part of being a human being, and that is a simple conversation. Just talking with each other, learning about each other. So, and we're not too overly, in-depth here, don't have much of a format, but we do like to hear stories and things like that. So hopefully we'll get into all of that a little bit later, but I was going to start out, since last week was our first show
Of the year.
2019.
Yeah.
And
Breaker One-Niner.
Breaker
And
One-Niner.
We had Bruce Henry Hayes in here.
Bruce Hayes
in
was
studio.
that was fun.
It was awesome. Love that guy.
Was very fun.
Yeah.
But I was going to read, I compiled the list basically, and I took it off the blog at WJBWnetworks.com of all the people that we interviewed last year.
2018. Did you by a chance all the places that we did interviews?
I think I got that on the list as well.
Because we did a lot of places last year, man. You know? I know we did Iron Cow.
I know.
We did...
I got the list. You want me to...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Joseph Scott, or Scott Joseph. Sorry.
Scott Joseph,
I always mixed that. That was the first out of the gate in 2018.
Okay.
Alan Clark was in here. Royce
that's right.
Ashcroft, vegan advocate. LVO. Chris Domingo. Brandon Pertzborn, the drummer.
The drummer for Horror. And and also for Doyle.
Joe Livingston, Dan Larson, Swanberger, Fallon Noloff, of course, and David Jordan. Ray Lynn Nelson. P. Taylor Hodges, John Corbin, Wheeler Newman, Christopher Hansen, the Pulse shooting
Wheeler
squad.
Newman.
Chris Hammerling, Vanessa Briscoe Hay from Pylon,
Hey.
Jason Lee, Brian Killeen, who
Bruce
knows?
Lee's brother.
Dave
Jason.
Segal was on our show. Remember, he did that little book with Morgan.
Oh, that's right.
Beth McKee.
That's right. Rest in peace.
We went to the Iron Cow Remix Record Shop.
Remix.
Nora's Sugar Shack. Hanau Art Center. Badass Sandwiches. We had Savvy Fernandez in studio. DJ Sound of Mine on a call. Michael Pilato in studio.
Oh, yeah.
He's the artist. Does it. That guy's
That guy's
music.
badass.
Kassan. Derek from Kassan. Called Dr. Paul Bearer.
He was dope.
Jedediah Stone, who you still have to go get with the juice bar over
No, I've
there.
been
at
over
College.
there.
You have?
Yeah, I've been over there.
He's a good
College
job.
Park.
You
Great,
listen
great
to the
place.
shows and gets guilty. All right. So,
Anyways.
Paul Joachim, Alan Gilbert, Michael Donaldson. We're at Maxine's on Shine, Bad Santa and the Angry Elves, the Yelves, and Johnny Diggs.
Johnny Diggs.
That's a hell of a list.
That's right. Yeah.
I think we probably missed people too because I just took it off the blog. Like some weeks I would just tag people on social media like, hey, they're going to be on. But anyway, we try to give you a little bit of love up front of it. So share and post that episode. That's the simple
Cher's
concept.
going to be here Monday.
Cher, Johnny Diggs is opening for Cher. Is that for real?
That's for real.
Is it for real?
Hey, just opened up for Billy
I
Joel.
know Beth McKee opened for Cyndi Lauper. Remember that?
And Johnny Diggs just opened for Billy Joel last week too.
I know. It's crazy.
And he's coming on. We're actually going to be doing a live.
The Valentine's.
On Valentine's
we got to
Day.
talk about that. Yeah,
Well,
we got to
we're
get
doing
that.
it.
I know, but we got to plan it out. I want to be all set up. I don't want to be
not
over
shut
a
up.
barrel with you out in public. Here is bad enough. Put me in a ditch. All right, I'll stop doing it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay, so
how have you been though? Had a good week?
dude,
Staying in there? Doing
yeah,
it?
man. 2019. I'm really excited about this year.
Are you worried about this shutdown thing?
Yeah, I've been worried for the past 2 years. But yeah, every little thing he does worries me.
Every
You know?
Is magic? Oh.
It's just scary,
Every
you know.
day.
But I feel good because I feel like I'm still American and I'm married and
You're
happy.
American. Believes in democracy.
Yeah.
Does not want authoritarian rule. Okay. Well, that was our little tasty nugget.
Yeah,
of,
there's our
small
politics
talk.
for you.
Okay.
Next subject. Let's talk religion.
Yeah.
So-
So let's talk about this real quick because I've
Yeah.
never had this stuff before,
Oh,
and
this
we
stuff-
normally ask
really?
our guests. Now, Thomas Wynn is in studio, and of course he had a writer.
Are you calling him?
So,
Are you throwing him under the bus?
So no,
I
I'm
know.
going to ask him about this White Claw stuff.
I
haven't drank it before, but I had the lime
Strong.
one,
I
and
didn't
I'll be
have a
honest.
rider.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you totally had a
I'm
rider.
just messing with
No.
you. Yeah,
All
I
the
know.
green M&Ms.
He did have a
had to
rider.
take
You
Yeah.
out.
asked me
Don't
what
touch
I wanted
those.
to drink.
Yeah, don't touch those Shetland ponies over there.
That's right.
It was very specific what he wanted to
But
drink.
I want to say, you said, hey,
And
White
the
Claw is
temperature.
cool.
The giraffes
or
are on
wine.
their way, I guess.
We have a company.
Oh, okay.
So
All right. I was just wondering.
Yeah, so
Saw a hooded guy. walking
yeah,
by.
there's a hooded guy walking by. Oh no. So I was like, oh well, I'll try it. So I tried this lime one, and it's almost like you found somebody's vodka and tonic, kind of. That's what this reminded
that
me
had
of.
been-
I was
that had
like,
been
okay,
sitting there for a while,
yeah, the
yeah.
ice had all melted into it, and I'm like, okay, this is not bad. Like it's okay. Like I'm some youth
funny.
sneaking a drink. Anyway, but yeah, cheers to
Uh,
you, buddy.
well,
how'd you first
My
get into
wife,
these? Or
my wife thinks that the lime is the worst of the flavors.
Oh.
I don't mind it mainly because that's generally all that's left in the
Yeah,
fridge, and then
you gotta
that's
do
what
it.
I'll drink.
Sure.
And it's great.
Ah.
But if I pick one to be my favorite, it's the ruby red grape.
I would imagine that'd be like
red.
It's still like
sounds
you found
delicious.
someone's,
Left
old,
a salty
old
dog
vodka,
or something.
vodka soda with a splash of grapefruit, but still, it has 5% alcohol.
See, and that's good. And there's not a lot of calories
No,
in it, too.
not at all.
Yeah, I guess beer is pretty heavy.
It's the carbs in the beer that I'm staying away from.
Cool. All right, well, we'll get to that.
We'll
All right,
move on.
in the health section when we
When we cover that,
when we have the doctor in. But okay, the Reverend. So what are you doing over there?
Hey, I'm trying to check in, and I
Trying
would
to
think
get some
I'd be able
guests
to.
for the show?
Actually, I would think if yeah, that's for next week. But I would think that if I would be able to check into the studio here, but
Yeah. Can you?
I cannot.
Why?
So it's not listed on here, which is
It's WJBW. That's the studio.
here. I'll
I
hand this to
do
you.
it all the time.
And when you're like asking me, what do you do over there? Well, I'm trying to check into the studio here, and I don't see it listed on there. Do you? So he's away from the microphone because he doesn't see either. That's what I'm talking about.
I just checked you into the animal hospital, I think.
Okay, great.
Hold on. The
That's
stagger in.
perfect.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
so
this
there's
is the
no
time
there's
on
no,
the show where we do Grandpa
there's-
with the phone. Hold on.
Well,
on.
you would think
What are
I'd
you
be able to check into the
are you
JB
doing? Okay.
Rev studio here.
Well, you just got to hit WJ. It's not your name's not on the studio.
Oh, well.
What's the matter with you?
Well, then get the fuck out of here.
All right. Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
so we got Thomas Wynn in the studio with us tonight, and I'm really excited about this because, first and foremost, I mean, like you said, he's kind of like the the Brat Pack or Rat Pack. I mean,
been
he's
in
basically
Orlando for quite a while. Played a lot of different groups. Really well acclaimed. I mean, you. I forget where it was. It was probably the Social, but it was a long time ago too. And maybe it was. Man, I don't even know if that's right. Did you ever play with any of like the JCs or any of that fusion stuff? The Social would do like Fat and Jack.
Mojo or
Umoja.
Obviously,
Wait,
I've done
Umoja.
research.
No, but I've played with. We've done shows with the JCs.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I also saw you too at Ralph Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably where.
Okay.
More
so
recent.
yeah. So you remember how we were going to do like this whole?
Yeah,
how
we're going to do an
normally
intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
You want to do that?
well, I mean,
I thought you wanted to break away for a song. We're having small talk.
yeah, we
Come
are
back.
having a small
We
talk.
normally
but
go
we're-
to a song.
Yeah, we do normally go to a song. So
Well, that's what I was going to do. Is do you actually want to use your revelation right now for our break?
no, let's save the revelation because she'll probably come up in the talking with.
All right. Well,
But I'll tell you what it is.
let me do this then.
Or what do you think, Thomas?
Let's
Should I go ahead and go
I
into
want
the
Thomas
revelation
to
now?
pick a song.
I
Hold
don't
on,
run
and then
this
we'll come
show.
back. Yeah.
All right, you know
Well,
what?
Now you do.
It seems
You
like
do
no
now.
one runs this show, so that's
No
okay.
one. Yeah.
That's pretty.
He
okay.
thinks he runs the show.
Well,
and
if,
I just
if it wasn't
keep-
for some of my direction going on here, we would know where
That's
we're
right.
going.
Okay.
We going down. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and go into the Reverend's Revelation and take a break. So, but let me tell you, this album just came out last week, and this is my favorite track on this album. But it's called "Slow Leak" is the name of the album by.
No, the name of the song.
So yeah, that's right. The name of the album is.
Well, so let's talk about what is the connection. Hannah Harbor, isn't Hannah a Wynn?
Hannah Harbor is my wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name is Hannah Harbor Wynn.
That's such a
Harbor
dope
Wynn.
ass name, dude.
But yeah, professionally she goes by Hannah Harbor
And the Lionhearts.
and the Lionheart.
Right.
And yeah, she just put out a new record last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday. And man,
It's called Long Time Coming.
It is. And Sorry Darling is on there as well. Come Alive is the opening track, which I really like. Come Alive. That song is amazing.
Sporting her new
And-
shirt.
and-
Sorry, darling.
Oh,
That's
it's like a old school
Got the
softball
the
shirt or
baseball sleeves.
that's very cool. So, but this track in particular, and it's climbed up the charts, the iTunes country charts. It's
It
in like
did.
the top 10, right?
It got to number 16.
Number
It's
16 in the top 20. I mean, that's awesome. I don't know if you know who Angel Rivera is.
Oh, that's
Angel
remarkable.
Rivera.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he does the ones and twos like every Friday.
awesome. Sweet man.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he's been a guest on here as well. And actually, I'm going to see him Saturday. But
I forgot him on the list.
yeah, so he does a thing every Friday on the Monsters of the Morning called the Ones and Twos. And what he does is he'll pull from the charts, but the charts that he uses is the iTunes charts because that's what people are paying for.
Sure.
You know, and that's like, and it gives a more
Right. Yeah,
a
they're
better kind
literally
of like
buying it, yeah.
right of what people are really listening to.
Right.
And so it's just very impressive that she started at like 47 just from the pre-sales alone, and just watching over the next couple days her
Moving
climbing
up,
that
moving up,
chart.
moving up.
That's rad.
That's awesome, and it's
rad.
kind of cool too to see the progression.
Well, this
in-
is
in
cool.
real
I
time.
actually like the pre story, like the sequel before the thing.
Well,
So,
and that's why I'm glad we're doing this now,
Yeah,
because I obviously know, I mean, for people, I'm more actually your friend. I
Right.
mean, I hang out with you more off stage than I've seen you on stage, and and I know your family and blah blah blah. But it's just awesome to see.
better get that money ready.
It's just awesome to see, the growth and just the love of, where you come, your family comes from, and just continuing this this family of,
No
it's
doubt.
just, it's amazing, dude. And
you.
it's just
Thank
like, I'm really like kind
I
of,
feel blessed. For
you,
sure.
yeah, you should, because, you are. We all are. And,
Undoubtedly.
but,
Undoubtedly. You got to be grateful for everything you
yeah,
got. And we're
and
definitely
that's-
grateful to have Thomas Wynn in studio.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Rev is
Very
queuing
much.
up this revelation. Every week he normally gives us a revelation. So this week it's Hannah Harbor
and the Lionhearts.
And the
and the
Lionhearts.
Lionhearts. The name
And
of the
this track
here.
is Slow Leak.
Slow Leak.
Yeah, and I think, is Brian Chowderkoff playing guitar on this? It
Yeah.
sounds like Brian.
It is. It's
knew
it's a double solo. I play half the solo, then it kind of
'Cause it sounds like-
slides into him.
Yeah. See,
So one thing great. Well, I love this album. I'm very proud of my wife and everyone who played on it. The Lionhearts, her band. But I'm also very proud. This is the first record that I got to produce, which was a really cool.
Oh wow! I didn't. Wow, you get that's a cherry bomb.
All right.
It was a really cool
Wow.
experience for me, you know, doing that, you know,
Right.
and making sure that everything was lined up and everything was
blended together.
blended together, played well.
Right.
I mean, it's a completely different mindset that you have to be in
Yeah.
from just playing on the record to
Orchestrating.
Can you bring everything together?
Pulling
Right.
it all
You know?
together.
And
it was great. It was a whole lot of fun. I hope to do more of it.
That's awesome
And
to hear.
that's something you can't teach someone. You can teach anyone to play guitar, but you can't really teach someone how to produce
that's a composer,
and like
producer,
orchestrate
yeah.
and like that really.
you got a
you know
special
what I mean?
mind.
Well, it takes. Well, I feel like maybe maybe you can, but it doesn't mean that they'll be good at it.
Right.
And so who knows if I'm good at it? But with producing, I've recorded a few records, and from the producers we've had, thankfully, I've learned things from them.
Okay.
So then but I didn't even, you don't even really know how much you learn.
Right.
Until then, now it's me producing, and I'm going, oh, this guy did that, and this guy did that.
Oh.
And what I think making records can help with in music is how you listen to it, and where in my younger years, I'd hear something in the studio and I'd go, that just doesn't sound right. And the producer would be able to pick out what it was that didn't sound right, what it was that wasn't congruous.
Right.
And then now me, years later, in the producing chair, hearing the thing and going, okay, something doesn't sound right, and then realizing that I'm able to go, oh, I know
You
what it
get
is.
an ear.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that thing. Look at that. Well, redo that. Take that out. Do that.
So that being said, and with everything that you're saying, this particular track that I picked off, I mean, the whole album, it really is awesome.
Thank you.
And out of my Come Alive, it was the title track, or not the title track, but the first track, and then Sorry Darlings, I think the third track.
Yeah.
But this particular track, and this is like considered a country album, but this particular track, Slow Leak, this isn't country. I mean, it's
rock and roll.
It's rock and roll for sure.
It's funny. While we were making it, Hannah goes, "Man, it's sounding really rock and roll," and I said, "Well,
it is.
You're writing rock and roll songs."
Yeah, the devil walks in.
And my desire as the producer of this record was to make sure the songs record the songs the way that the songs needed.
Okay.
And not necessarily, I'm not saying that I hit that on the head. I'm just saying what I wanted to do was play and record each song for the song.
So, that being said, too, did Hannah write all these songs?
Yes, she did.
Because
and then
the lyrics
are
amazing.
I wrote some of the music for two of them, but she wrote.
Did you write some of the music for this particular song?
I did, yeah. But I didn't. I mean, I honestly didn't think I did enough to receive any credit in that arena, but she gave it to me nicely. I think she apparently disagrees with me on that point, but all the lyrics are hers.
Okay.
She's great. She's excellent.
Because the lyrics, I mean, really are. I was telling you earlier, just they're this is just a great album, and it's. Oh, I remember when I was listening to it on the way here, that if she wrote all these lyrics, because the lyrics are just they're very storytelling songs.
They really are.
Yeah. So that being said, why don't we go ahead and break into it? This is Hannah Harbor and the Lionhearts, and this track is Slow Leak. It's JB Rev Show.
The devil walked in, blame it on him. He's a counterfeit lover that won't tell me where he's been. Still one look, I'm falling again. The doubt came down my street. He don't stumble and he don't run, he just walks so steady, and he's headed straight for me. There's a slow leak and I'm losing time. I'm playing hide and seek with my pride, and when doubt and the devil and love collide, there's a slow leak and I'm losing time. I'm playing hide and seek with my pride, and when doubt, the devil and love collide, it's the great divide. Love came to town and she danced around. She pointed to the mercy seat with her head bowed. She said, girl, be careful and tread in burial ground. There's a slow leak and I'm losing time. I'm playing hide and seek with my pride, and when doubt, the devil and love collide, there's a slow leak and I'm losing time. I'm playing hide and seek with my pride, and when doubt and the devil and love collide, oh, it's the great divide. Better choose your side. Running out of time, but I can't deny. Well, now, baby, there's a slow leak and I'm losing time. I'm playing hide and seek with my pride, and when doubt, the devil and love collide, there's a slow leak and I'm losing time. I'm playing hide and seek with my pride, and when doubt, the devil and love collide. Well, now, baby, there's a slow leak. I'm playing hide and seek with my pride, and when doubt, the devil and love collide, it's the great divide. It's the great divide.
You're listening to the JB Rev Show.
Oh yeah, it's JB Rev Show. It's me, the Reverend here. So that was Hannah Harbor and the Lionhearts.
That
with-
was some amazing
right.
sounds.
That
there.
was Yeah,
Those were, I mean, her voice alone is great, but with the coupling of like the rock
music?
ballad, I mean, it was magical. It took me somewhere. Thank you. That was great stuff. There you go. And the producer of that music and the husband of the singer. There you go. Thomas Wynn right there in studio. We're going to get to a proper local legend interview here. Let me switch my tracks. Hold on. There you go. Get that. Get this. Hold on. Is this working?
Some shit like that.
Okay. Local Legend Session with Thomas Wynn of Thomas Wynn and the Believers. ThomasWynnandTheBelievers.com. This guy is enigmatic and magical, and I'm so delighted you're in the studio, man.
Thank you.
A true Orlando troubadour, traveled, I believe, all across the globe already, spreading his musical message, and we've got him in studio here tonight, and in true fashion, going to learn a little bit more about his background, kind of coming up a little bit. And what I'll be finding interesting is, kind of the Orlando roots for sure. Because there used to be like a lot of house parties, and maybe it was at Brian Chowdercross or that place on the lake or something. Anyway, but
Jessica Polly's.
Yeah,
that was on the lake.
Yeah. Anyway,
he never got it.
There you go. But man, I'm so stoked to learn a little bit more about you because there's somewhere I've seen you in the past, and it'll probably click later in the thing, and I'll be like, oh my god, that's it. But what we love to do is dump a little praise, ask a little question, repeat kind of a thing. So without being too overly gushy, give us a brief scenario. Did you grow up here in Orlando, or how'd you first kind of get involved with music?
I did grow up here. I'm actually, as far as I know, 5th generation Floridian.
Native son.
I'm 3rd generation. I know that for sure.
There you go.
But
well, you got a little while, I guess.
I'm not. This isn't a competition or anything. I'm just. But you come from the Wynn family, and your dad. Let's talk about. Before we talk about you, let's talk about your dad and the Wynn family, and because where you really came from and where you're going. Oh, dude, it's a beautiful story so far.
So my dad, his name is Tom Wynn, and back he was born in 48, so in 64 he would have been 16.
Okay,
and.
Living here in Orlando.
Living here in Orlando. Lots of orange groves.
Right.
Yep.
Playing at, I think they called them socials or maybe sock hops or, things of, rec centers.
Okay.
Rec centers.
Like the Lock Haven.
Yeah, the Lock Haven. And they did a circuit around Florida, in the southeast, and they had different bands. And then they started a band. One of his favorite band names that I like, they were called the Offbeats.
Okay.
But affectionately known as the Beat-Offs.
The Beat-Offs.
Okay.
All right. The Offbeat Beat-Offs.
That's a street name.
Yeah. So anyway, so they were fun, and then they had he and some other. He was a drummer.
Okay.
He's a drummer, and he and another friend of his started a band called We the People. And that, if you dive into Orlando music history, We the People was they would do, so back in the day, you would do Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the rec center.
Right.
You wouldn't just do Friday night, and they apparently had the biggest attendance record for these events, We the People. So that was a good Orlando staple band back in the day.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and then they moved. My dad moved to Jacksonville, and they started a band called Cowboy, and then called Cowboy, and then they called.
You can be my cowgirl.
Right. They called some of their buddies. And got the Allman Brothers, called them.
Okay.
And then got signed to Capricorn and then moved up to Macon,
Georgia.
So anyway, music's been in my family for a while.
Truly. Ingrained.
So when you were growing up, did your dad ever pull you up on stage like the way you pull up your son on stage today?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Right.
I can remember... So Cowboy, my dad quit that after a few years. long before I was born. But then he was in a few bands while I was growing up. One was called Max Dagger.
Okay.
Which is
That's cool.
An interesting
Steely,
name.
a little
name.
bit. Yeah, kind of edgy.
Yeah, and then he played with a woman named Linda Willingham, and then some other Orlando fellas. What's his?
Anyways, this isn't too much about your dad.
Yeah, all right.
But-
so anyway, so it's been in my family.
Right.
He's told me stories about,
So, amongst all these bands and stuff, when was the family coming in?
well, so you mean...
Yeah, was it just always kind of there?
No, so he met my mom when he was in Cowboy.
Okay.
And
Okay, here we go. Because
then they started having kids
All right.
and
got married.
and then they decided to move back down to Orlando. And then I was born in 1984.
When was your older brother born? Because this plays a part in the Wynn family, dynasty, if you will.
1983.
Okay.
No, 1982.
And he's
I'm
your
sorry,
older brother,
82.
right?
Yes.
By 2
Right.
years, yes.
Okay. And we're just I want to do the whole, chronology, because
Yeah,
it's
so
really
Jordan.
is-
Yeah, so my brother Jordan, he's 21 months older than I am.
Crazy.
And
wow.
we started in the church middle school band,
Okay.
and for Christmas we had gotten a guitar. I had been playing drums for a while.
Want to be like Daddy?
Wanted to be like Daddy.
Cool.
Okay.
And so I set up the drums. I was maybe 7.
That's why Tom is his favorite. Just kidding. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Well, he's got the same name, too, right? So-
But no, your dad told me that.
wow.
Sorry.
What a jerk.
I love you, Jordan.
That's
Wow.
right.
Okay.
So
Hashtag 10-4 edition. No, he's
Anyways.
going to confirm what you're saying over there.
So yeah, I started playing drums around 7 or so, and then we got a guitar though when I was maybe 13, and like 2 weeks later, Jordan says, and we were a pretty religiously or church involved family,
Right.
Okay.
and Jordan said, "Hey, we're going to be the middle school band. They need a band," and I said, "But we don't know how to do that."
No?
No, I mean we hadn't really.
Rehearsed?
We hadn't played. We had just gotten the
Publicly.
guitar,
Okay.
And he said, "It's all
That's
right.
when you fake it
It's
till you
all
make
right.
it."
I'm gonna, yeah, it's all right. And it turned out to be okay. And then so we started this trio 3-piece Christian
Yeah.
band for middle school. At 13,
All right.
13,
Cool.
14, and then but because of that, then the same group of fellas, me, my brother, and this guy Daniel Powell, we started a band called Acacia, and that was hardcore.
Okay.
Hardcore, fast screaming.
All right.
You
just
I played a Kramer. I don't know if y'all know guitars, but I played a Kramer guitar,
Okay.
which is like a very 80s Eddie Van Halen sharp, angular guitar.
Yeah. Like,
Eddie Van Halen actually played a Kramer at some
it's
point.
a poser guitar, basically, right?
What?
Poser. I'm posing.
I'm sorry,
like,
what?
If you have
Wow.
this guitar.
I know.
Go on.
He's in the middle of a story. You're
No.
dissing his guitar story.
I'm not dissing it. I'm just kidding. Come on.
The Reverend. Go kick him out.
No, well,
you just see the look he gave me. Like, the
kick
what?
him
the what?
out. Kick him out.
I was going to say you were posing.
Lock
I
him
said,
I was
up.
totally
Lock
posing.
him up.
I was totally
Okay.
posing. So I
Okay.
played a blue Kramer guitar
All right.
through a PV 5150.
Oh, PV.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
It was awesome.
No,
And-
it was
and-
all about your piece,
no, it was
in that
incredible.
era. Yeah.
And it would have been cool if
the look.
if I was good, but we weren't.
He's posing at that point.
It was
like
hardcore, and I remember someone at some point saying, "Where does all this angst come from?" And I thought, well, I'll have to go look up what angst means. But no, I was 14.
I want to say Germany. Educated guess Germany.
That's right.
Just sounds like a German word.
So we did that for a little while, and then you want me to continue on with?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
that's great.
We love this.
So-
Are you kidding?
So then Acacia happened for a little while, and we would play Acacia. A-C-A-C-I-A.
It was like death metal,
Now,
like
yeah, it
just
was
all in your face.
It was.
Wow.
It was heavy hardcore
What
music.
year was this?
Well, I was 14, so
Right.
1995.
Oh wow,
You were all
95.
98.
Testosterone down.
1998.
All right, wow.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But so we would play, and we were a Christian
just had
hardcore
smoke
band.
voice
Oh my
there.
God, that's right.
That's
Christian,
I forgot.
Christian death metal.
We were a
What is
Christian
that? What does
hardcore
that
Christian
sound
death
like?
metal.
That's right.
How does that
It
work?
sounds just like regular
kill you
death
for
metal.
God.
That's right.
Gonna go to heaven.
Jesus died for your sins.
Get eternal life.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, a
wow.
lot of guilt,
Thorns on my head.
a lot of
Okay.
guilt and
And
shame.
enough.
You know.
From you.
Guilt and shame was pretty much the
Gotcha.
staple.
There it
No,
is. So you were a Catholic band.
That's right. No, so we would play basically wherever
They
those
let you.
types of so like DIY. Remember DIY Records?
Radio Shack.
Yeah, I
He's been
do.
Playing it.
DIY Records.
Yeah.
We did shows there, and then various coffee houses and various. This is great. Various like Wednesday or Friday night youth gatherings
Yes,
at
of
churches.
course.
You know? So, do you know Andy Matchett?
That name sounds so familiar too.
Why
Is
would,
he?
what's he do?
Well, he is.
What did he do?
He's Buddy Holly for Universal,
Wow.
but he had Andy Matchett in the Minx, and then before that, I met Andy when I was in Acacia back when I was a
Jamming
child,
the Christian rock.
20 something years ago, and Andy had a band called the Vermicious Canids. And it was great. Now that is a
Vermicious Canids.
it's taken from Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. It's one of the aliens that they met while they were traveling around space. It's cool. Now they were good. They were
Nuanced
about
little.
they were like 18, 19 and had actually been playing their instruments for a little while. And I enjoyed them a lot. So anyway,
How could you not?
Well, the
enjoy
only other
the Vermicious Canids?
contemporary would have been McCraney, right? God, what's the name once you say a Braille Closet, right? Like,
What?
They were maybe kind of the contemporary at that time he's talking about.
No, because Braille Closet was more 80s. He's in the late 90s.
late 90s.
Oh.
Yes, he's considerably younger.
Oh.
That's why, I'm
Okay.
wondering, yeah. Okay, Grandpa.
I'm off pace. I'm
All right.
off pace.
It's all right. So
I'm off my meds.
next time,
Stop doing that to your mic.
all right.
That was me.
That was him.
I'm blaming
And
him.
I
though.
will.
Yeah.
I will
we're
stop.
blaming him.
Thank you
Remember,
for
Thomas?
chastising me.
The
Yes.
producer over here, keeping
Reverend
the shit going.
That's right.
Blame me.
Thomas Wynn and thebelievers.com.
That's right.
There you go. Nice one.
So then, so my brother at that point was 18, and he left for school, but right before then we had started another band. Acacia stopped, and we started a band called, and Jordan named Acacia, my older brother.
Okay,
What does
yes.
that mean?
In this wait,
Okay, so you want to know?
Yeah.
Acacia.
Acacia.
Acacia is a thorn bush.
a cafe in London.
Shut up. Cut his mic.
It's a thorn bush.
Acacia. Well, acacia is a tree, and it's a very, very hard wood. And supposedly, now this will show you how Christian
right.
we were.
Okay.
Supposedly, it is the wood
That was
that
made
the
for the
Ark
crown.
of the Covenant.
Oh, okay. The Ark of the Covenant. It wasn't the wood you used?
I'm sure it was.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Crown of Thorns. I'm sure it was. However, because it does, they do have like 3-inch long.
Those were the poles that,
I can only imagine
carried the gold.
your
You're
dad-
saying those were like the pole because
No.
the Ark of the Covenant was gold, right?
The Ark of the Covenant was made of wood and then
Yeah. Anyway,
cast over with gold.
I see.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
he's a Jehovah's Witness, so that's why.
no,
he's
I was.
asking.
I was raised the same, like very,
Jehovah's
stricter
Witness?
religion.
Yeah, he was.
You guys sound like you had a little more free.
Well, and how were you
freedom.
raised? Were
Maybe.
you were you
Maybe.
Catholic?
Maybe.
No, Christian, non-denominational.
No. Okay.
No.
No.
Big bag, big
No.
big bag brass band.
Manamana.
He couldn't say that last week.
Anyways.
Anyway,
Brown bag.
thank you.
Yeah.
Correction.
Brass band.
Yeah, brown bag brass band.
It's
Brass band.
4 Bs. Is what I'm going to call it.
It is kind of hard.
4 Bs.
Oh.
All right.
All right. Well, your
So
pot roast
Back
is ready.
to Thomas Wynn
Anyway.
and thebelievers.com.
yeah. So then we named the next band Second Place Wynn, although it was spelled W-Y-N-N. Very clever.
Little play on words there. Yes.
Jordan named that again. He's always the one with the clever names. So that went on for a little
Second
while, and
Place
that was
Wynn.
more
Okay.
like Americana,
Yeah.
Okay.
not near.
So
no
at this
screaming.
time, let's talk. I mean, what your brother Jordan has since gone his own direction, right? Because I think this kind of plays a part of your drive, if you will. Because I remember having a discussion with you one time, and like, I'm not going to go deep into that, but it's kind of why. Let's talk about that a little. I mean, about there was a separation because you remember Jordan named Acacia, right?
Okay.
And and
So you're saying there's like a separation of the brothers?
well, I don't know.
Oh.
Well, so we had started Second Place Win, and then Jordan went to college, and I decided, well, I'm going to continue on,
Okay.
and continued on. Got another guitar player, and different bass player because he was playing bass,
Right.
and then we continued on, and that went on for a little while, and then he came back after 2 or 3 years,
Right.
and wanted to play again, and we started the Wynn Brothers band.
Okay.
The Wynn spelled correctly.
that sounds
YNN.
YNN, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, spelled like our name, right?
Right. Correctly. That's
Yeah.
the correct way to spell winning.
Right.
Because I wanted to do a thing with you at one part called winning.
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 Yeah, that's right.
With Thomas
Yeah.
Wynn.
Yeah. And all the wins. All the wins are winning all the time.
Okay.
Like Hannah.
We can't but
Ditch.
It's
our name.
Yeah. You're yeah, that's what you
Okay.
do.
It's like
Anyways,
a
Okay.
supervised
Yeah.
visitation
Okay.
dad joke over
That's
here.
right.
Welcome. Thank you. All right. That's enjoy the shrimp cocktail.
So we started the Wynn Brothers, and that went on from, I want to say, 2000 to maybe 2005 or
Okay.
6.
Here in Orlando?
Here in Orlando.
And so what
And
kind
y'all
of
would
venues
play
were
like
you
with
playing?
the Hindu Cowboys, right?
Well,
Like
We did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What venues were you playing? Were you playing like
The social. And
okay.
So now,
all right.
now the first show the first real show that I would, well, maybe not real show. The first show I played at Will's Pub though was in Acacia.
Okay.
I mean, he let us play.
Wow.
I was 15 years old, 14, 15 years
Wow.
old.
All right.
So that was cool. But then one of the Wynn Brothers had some good shows, had some nice, had a great local reception.
Right.
And one of the best times playing music in my life, it was me, my brother, my sister Olivia came on after a year or so,
Okay.
and then our dad was playing
Played
drums.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then we had one of his friends that was around the same age as my dad that we named him Uncle Leroy. His name is Lee, but we called him Uncle Leroy.
All right.
And he wasn't actually our uncle, but
Was he of Caucasian descent?
he was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's
his name's
Leroy?
Lee Simpson. He's an excellent guitar player, really, really nice. And so
Not that
we
that
had
matters, by the way.
No.
But the Leroy, I was like, all right. Anyways.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So we had, so it was cool because we had, 3 young cats,
Right.
and then, or 3 young people, and then 2,
So they weren't actual cats.
God. There's
Wow.
the ditch.
and
Right?
This is awesome.
This is the ditch.
Well, that's why he said that.
All right,
He's
three
the one that
young
corrected me.
cats
He's like,
coming up next.
we had 2 young
Thomas
cats.
Wynn and the Believers in studio.
Actually, not
I
cats.
am the Reverend, reporting live from the ditch.
Come on. He set that up. I'm sorry. You set it
Okay.
up.
So-
There were-
Wow.
yeah, anyways.
But let him finish.
Yeah, okay.
So then, so what had happened was the Wynn Brothers didn't start with my dad in the band, but we had other drummers, and then it 3 months, 4 months wouldn't work out.
When all family was playing together, it's kind of what you were saying was the most kind of
Well, that was-
enlightened mode. Yeah.
Right, but before that, it was me and my brother, and then a drummer and another guitar player, and then our sister came in.
Olivia,
who's wonderful, and
awesome.
You'll hear much more about her later with the Believers, but it wasn't our dad, and we lost a drummer, and we were like Spinal Tap for a while. It was just drummer after drummer, after drummer after drummer after drummer, and then our dad said, "Hey, I'll help you out. Let me fill in for you, or if you want me to, I will fill in
Dad,
until you find someone." And then,
how old was he when he said that?
If
60s?
I was 20, I think he was 40 when he had me. I think he was 37.
Okay.
So he was 57. You know?
But dude, like I saw him a couple weeks ago, and he looks like he's, like in his early 60s.
Well, that's nice of you. He's 70 now. 71.
Wow, that's
and when I say
on the 19th, he'll be 71.
Wow, happy birthday to Mr. Thomas.
Well,
there you go.
He's awesome.
He is. He's great. So it was amazing. And then so we practiced once or twice with him, and we're like, can you just be in the band?
Yeah.
Right?
That's awesome.
And so we did. For 3 years.
That is awesome.
He played, and we played 100 shows a year.
Wow.
The Wynn.
That
straight up the Orlando Partridge family, but way better.
Well,
Way
the
better.
Partridge family was wildly successful.
Pretty dope, yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, so are you.
But come on, yeah,
Well, it was an incredible time. It was an incredible.
Do you know what I mean?
Awesome
by
experience.
Wildly
It was.
successful,
It was.
though. Like being successful.
Well, he's kind of underplaying. I think what the Reverend's saying is you're underplaying it a little bit, which is good because humility is good today. When you've got people being brash and their hair's on fire and being the total opposite of what you should do, it's good to kind of get that touchstone that people at the core are good, man. And what you love to do is make music, which kind of is an elixir for us all. That we're able to imbibe in what you produce.
All right,
I'll
give you
That's
that.
great.
Okay. It's not what I meant, but I'll give you that one.
Oh, well, I was throwing my own thing on it. I forgot about you over there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Thomas Wynn and thebelievers.com in studio with us. So we appreciate that. We were kind of right in the midst there. Okay, so the family band's together, plays a few years.
We played a few years, and then at some point, so then Jordan gets married, and we were, it was at a cusp, and at a point where we either have to start touring a lot because we have opportunities, or step back and take a look at what we want to do.
And Jordan's wife fucked it all up. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. That was a joke.
It's funny.
That's a joke.
No, but he looked at his life and what he wanted to do and decided, I want to take a break at this point.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then I then had to take stock and look at where I was, look at what I was doing, and say, do I want to continue on, and I can't continue on with the Wynn Brothers band because it's not my brother didn't die.
Right.
He's not wanting to do it anymore. So
He hates me, my brother.
that's right. So I started writing a lot of hateful, mean lyrics and songs,
And now-
started a band.
You're huge.
That's right.
Successful.
No,
Great
so
story. Cool story, bro.
So he
Oh my God.
we separated in that way, and
Right.
I started Thomas Wynn and the Believers.
Yep.
And most people ask me,
What year is this now? When
okay,
you first
so
started?
now this
Believers.
is 2006.
Okay.
And
2007.
Let's talk about Olivia a little bit because when we're talking about the Wynn dynasty.
Well, and I want to remark real quick that the whole sibling thing with
well, dude,
music, the magic of that is
amazing.
What's
right?
incredible. Yeah, it is.
This is like really storybook.
Yeah, epic kind of a
fucking
tale
stories.
with the brother and then the sister getting involved. So yeah, I think that's a great segue to learn about Olivia.
The continuation and the
right.
wife. And
Well,
the
yeah,
kid, and
so we're going to get into
like-
all of that down the line.
this
But
is
okay,
just
so
the
we're back in
beginning.
about 06.
It's
right?
so
Okay.
epic.
Yeah.
about
mean-
about 06.
Okay.
And
Who else? Some of the contemporary bands were kind of moving and changing.
at that time, the JCs were still going really strong.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Eugene
Cal was already gone, and
Cal was gone,
Yeah.
but they played every now and again.
yeah.
You know,
Shaq
Anthony is-
Nasty.
Yeah, Shaq Nat. There's they're awesome. He's been in
Bobby's band,
And then, of course, right around him.
Junkie Rush,
Yep.
You know,
Okay.
Gargamel.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, Gargamel. How can you not? And do you remember Dirty Barbie?
Oh my God, I do.
No,
I remember that restaurant.
I have him in.
That was the little breakfast restaurant. Remember that? Dirty Barbie. I remember that.
Preacher Bill and the Prophets.
There you go.
Bughead.
Can't forget, of course,
Nate.
Bughead. Because
Bughead, and then they moved to, then Nathan started Preacher Bill. And they played their first show with the Wynn brothers, which was pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Who's they? Preacher Bill?
Preacher Bill and the
So
Prophets.
was A-Bear there? Was he
Open-
part of it
No,
then?
it wasn't
Stephen
back
A-Bear?
then, I don't think.
No.
No,
It was,
Stephen
it
A-Bear?
was Jason,
Okay.
it was Nathan, and it was Steve.
Who's on drums? Bishop? Chris Bishop?
No.
A-Bear?
Yeah.
Stephen
Steve-
A-Bear.
Yeah,
So
Stevie
it was
A-Bear.
Stephen. That's what I'm saying. Was A-Bear there?
Yeah.
Steve just punched me from wherever he's at. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And hey, Stephen, I
I'm
love
like,
you.
no, he hasn't
And
been in that long.
Stephen, he likes
Because
to be
that's how I
called
remember
Stevie.
Stevie brought in
Stevie.
Brian.
I always
Pickett.
say A-Bear. Because anyway.
Well, that's how you say his last name.
Yeah, exactly.
That is how you say it.
Herbert.
Not Herbert.
Not Herbert.
He hates
Stevie
that.
Herbert.
I always just say,
I'm not
hey,
making fun of you. It's
He's
just-
punching us now.
That's right. It's
I love-
it's
I
the
love
way
me some
people-
Stevie.
I love Stevie.
I
For
know.
sure.
I love you
Absolutely.
too.
I love you too.
Oh, wow.
You? love
On
you
the
too.
other hand,
I love
nobody
you
loves
too.
you. All
Ah,
right, shut
nice.
up over
Nice
that.
to meet you.
Shut up over that. Anyway, okay,
So
so
then-
in
Back
studio,
to the
Thomas
timeline.
Wynn,
Yeah.
0607 now.
I'm having to.
And wait. Let's not forget about when did Olivia first
Oh,
start
yeah,
coming
that's
into
right.
it? Where we don't want to forget.
Olivia came in a year or two after the Wynn brothers started.
Okay. And how old was she at this time? Because
She's 3. So this is interesting too.
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
she's 3 years exactly younger than me.
same birthday.
Same day, but
Yep.
3 years younger.
That's right. So, and part of the reason I want to know about because I've seen what's your boy's name?
Excuse me. No, I was swallowing. I'm sorry.
No.
Abel.
So, I love the way that Abel, is, he's been on stage with you before.
He has. He's great.
And, I'm thinking how much she's 3 years younger than you. So when was the first time that Olivia came up on stage? Did she ever come up
was probably,
with the Wynn brothers?
Yeah, she came up.
And
She was
like,
probably
okay.
14.
Okay. And so, and,
And then she really, really got into it, like really started singing with every song and every show at 16. And then for a while in the Wynn brothers band, my brother's wife played as well in the band, Heather.
Oh,
and
okay.
so Jordan and his wife now,
Right.
They went and raised a family, and they have 3 beautiful kids. But
Okay.
then they've recently, the past few years, started doing music again as well.
All right.
And now they have a new venture called White Tigers, WhyTeTygers.
Okay.
And they have stuff on Spotify as well. I said it again, the clever names. There it is, Jordan.
Yeah. White and Wynn with I
White
get-
Tigers. So, and Heather
See?
Lee is an incredible vocalist and songwriter.
So just so you know, everything I was saying earlier about Jordan's wife is absolutely,
Yeah,
I'm
it's right.
just being funny.
Sure.
And,
I'm going to give them your number.
So, but
You can text the show anytime, 407-906-9328.
but back to Olivia. So, the Wynn brothers, it's, let's go back to.
So, yeah, Olivia came in and really got involved when she was about 16. And then, so then we had about a 3-year run with the Wynn brothers when she was involved.
Okay.
And then I started the Believers, the Wynn brothers, separated, dissolved.
Right,
And I
right.
started the Believers, and I started it with all new players.
Okay.
Which was
Challenging, I'm sure.
challenging.
But so, the reason you did that was it so you could just change up. Like, why did you do that?
Well,
obviously,
I think
you were looking for something new.
I think everyone was just kind of done.
Okay. But you weren't.
I wasn't, and because the Wynn brothers had, like I said, it had gotten to the point to where it was like, okay, and in order to grow more, we were going to have to tour a whole lot more. And at that point, people just didn't really want to do that, in their lives. And
Right.
That was fine, but I did and wanted to continue on with music however I could.
Yeah.
So I started The Believers, and the first one, Olivia was involved, of course, and Chris Bell. Chris Bell had been the harmonica player for the JCs for a long, long time, and Skinny McGee and his Mayhem Makers.
Skinny McGee.
Yeah, he's a long-time staple of the Orlando scene.
Yeah,
Scoochie
and Soul to Earth.
Yeah,
Great harmonica player.
Awesome
guy as well. So, and he had come around at the end of the Wynn Brothers as well. He just started showing up to gigs, and would bring his amp, and we're like, "Are you playing?" And he's like, "Yeah, if you want me to." Okay, cool. So then, The Believers started, and he was in it, and Olivia, and a good friend of mine, and excellent producer from Orlando, or he's from
Who?
Tampa, South Florida.
Who?
Justin Beckler.
Justin Beckler.
You know
Yeah.
him? Y'all know him?
I know
Yeah.
that guy's name.
Actually, yeah. So what year is this?
2006.
Okay, so
Interesting.
you guys have been together now for what, like 13 years?
12 years, yeah.
12 years.
It was the end of, beginning of 2007.
Okay, right on. Dude, I mean, to see the growth and
That's a long time, my goodness.
it is. And hey, let's talk about last year. You did a whole European tour, right?
We
You
did.
played,
We did two.
festivals.
We did two.
Yeah.
That's right. You came back, and then you had
And
to go
then we
back
went
again,
again. Yeah.
and you did both times. You were doing musical festivals and
We were.
opening up for some. Who are some of the bands that you were opening up for over there?
Well, on the festivals,
And-
it's just a whole bunch
Well,
of
yeah.
bands. So you can say you opened up for whomever you want, but it's really just a festival.
Yeah.
Even though it was still, it
Like
was
I played
awesome.
in this order.
Right, yeah.
Kind of a
It was
Right.
great. We played right before Steve Earle at one of them, which was awesome.
That is awesome, dude.
We played right before, I think, I don't know. I think it was Jason Isbell, the other one,
But,
which is
hey,
awesome as well.
And
but
how
even
awesome!
still-
How awesome! Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but how awesome was it to just have being there with your bandmates
That was
and
incredible.
your friends?
It was incredible.
And see, yeah, I mean that's what it's really all
That
about.
sensation, that feeling, that actual
yeah. So the
event
first,
that people come to.
so I'll tell you. You guys are music fans, and we live here in Orlando, Florida.
Aren't you a music fan?
Absolutely.
Okay, then yeah.
We're all music fans.
yes,
And we go to shows here in Orlando, Florida.
Right.
And I love going to shows wherever I'm at.
Me
I
too.
will say, though, that I've found that shows big or small in Europe,
right.
big or small in the UK,
Yes,
Okay.
the level of attention paid and commitment to actually being
The music.
present at the event.
Appreciation.
Yeah, at the event it's like apples and oranges, man. It is left hand to right hand.
Like the
okay,
Kuth
yeah,
level
wait.
And you were
is higher.
you were a DJ. You traveled all around, didn't you?
yeah. So let me tell you something. Well, I gotta share this real quick. You just blew my fucking mind right now. Okay, and the reason being is because me and Dana on her birthday are gonna see our favorite band who played. As she walked down the aisle but we're seeing Dead Can Dance in London.
Awesome. Oh, are
And-
you? Where are you going?
Yeah.
When?
And May. In
That's
May.
great, dude.
I know.
What a cool thing.
So, and I'd like to see a show with my wife.
Where are you
at
seeing
it.
him?
So you're going to be amped up
I
because
can't
they
remember-
really
I
soak
can't
it
remember the
in.
name of the venue, but it's awesome. I already checked out the venue, and it's amazing.
Forum?
We
The
wanted to
Kentish
see them.
Forum?
So
We originally wanted to see them in Berlin, but the show sold out in minutes. Then we're going to see them in Paris in minutes. So we luckily got tickets in London.
That's great.
And
It's going to be so fun.
So
yeah, I know.
Yeah, and
so you saying that blew my mind.
Parlay off of that because that really is something here, even in Orlando. I think we would take a lesson to. It's like, hey, let's raise the couth level. Let's be more appreciative of the musicians in the room.
I wish, I wish, but it's at the same time, I'm not going to fault anyone for coming and spending their time the way that they want to spend their time.
Sure.
What I will say though is that if I could only tour the UK and Europe for the rest of my life, that is what I would do.
I gotcha.
And that's what I brought
If
up.
I had to
There you
pick tour America or tour over there, not just because of all these great sights you're seeing.
Right.
I mean, it's that people actually care. The first time we went, we opened for a band that brought hundreds and thousands of people. And so we played a 40-minute set, and it was a 6-week tour, and went to 16 countries, lots of 40-something cities.
Right. Yeah.
42 cities, and everyone who was coming to the show was there when we were the opening band, when we hit.
Everyone was there. Yeah.
Right.
Everyone
you
was
were there. You
So-
started at the perfect time.
Well, what I'm
Where it was
saying,
like
what I'm
full-
what I'm
You're not
saying
getting
is
it.
that they showed up for the entirety of the show.
Right. Like
People came to see the show.
they figured if they're on the bill, they must be good.
They must be good.
So I want to be there for the bill.
I spent
That's awesome.
20
Yeah.
pounds for this ticket, 30 pounds for this. I'm coming.
yeah.
And then so here's the level of respect for your fellow patrons and the musicians. At every venue, there is not a line of demarcation saying you have to stand here or here, but
Right.
no, everyone stands about 2 feet away from the walls, the perimeter walls.
Oh, okay.
So that if you're in the middle, you just walk to the nearest wall, and then you can walk along the perimeter
Yeah.
to the bar or to the bathroom or to whatever. In that sort of thought, and it's not like anyone said, "Hey, you should."
Right.
It's this weird
It's
social
just
phenomena,
this-
I guess you're saying.
It's
kind
this-
of this.
It's
Respect.
This respect.
is what it's called.
Yeah.
It's respect.
Yeah,
and then-
it's
and then
let's
there's a-
not
there's
take
a-
up the way.
Now maybe we're good, and I know that we're good. But what I'm
good.
saying is, it's a pin drop in between songs. They're
Right.
paying attention.
It's respectful.
People are loving music.
Yeah.
And in America, people love music. It's just in a different way, man. It's in their car on the way to wherever they're going.
They're in their little space.
Right.
Yeah.
It's on their
headphones.
headphones. But then when they come to a show, when they come to a show, it's like
It's an experience.
I'm here to socialize, and that is fine. All I'm saying is
Here in
that
America, yeah.
I'll play Europe any day of the week.
Yeah, because they're not like that.
They're not like that.
Well, and I think this is a beautiful segue to actually listen.
Let's play some music.
To
Yeah,
one
I
don't
of,
want- I-
one
I-
of
Way to diss America,
your tracks.
Thomas
no,
Wynn.
no. With the right in the
I'm totally
music
kidding.
appreciation 101 vibe.
And I'm not trying to, man. I know. I don't want to
No,
sound.
no,
I don't
no,
want
we
to
don't-
sound bitter
No.
because I'm not.
No, absolutely you're not.
It's like when you. It's like when you taste good wine.
Yeah.
You go, well, I don't want wine. I
You
don't
know
want
there's
this
a
anymore."
difference.
Right.
Yeah.
You know
All right,
there's
so I've got your Spotify profile up here, and
Great.
people can go to thomaswynandthebelievers.com.
Believe it.
And find out more. Download music, get stuff, get sounds there. But we're going to run into a track, and I'd love if you would give us a suggestion.
Oh.
I've got a number of 'em up on the Spotify here, but let me know if there's a particular one that you would
Yeah,
suggest.
maybe a little-
because we're
kind
going to
of a
come back
cool story.
and kind of wrap it up really nice with you.
Okay, how about Mountain Fog?
Okay.
Do you have that one?
I'm going to see if it's on your Spotify.
It
Let's
is on
see.
our Spotify.
Okay, perfect. It's from Wade Waist Deep, 2017 release, I believe. And let me find. He just left. Mountain Fog. That's a good one. All right, there we go. Yeah, I was listening to some of this beforehand of my research. It's a very pleasant research. So it is the
Thank
JB
you very
Rev
much.
Show. We're talking with Thomas Wynn. We're going to put a little pin in it and give you some of his sounds and then come back, wrap it up. We'll probably try to open the phone lines if you want, but this is our hashtag 10-4 edition of the JB Rev Show special session, Wednesday night session with Thomas Wynn. So listen to this track. It's Mountain Fog. You want to talk it in?
No. Hope you enjoy.
There's a side of me, one you never see. It's just out of reach, even to me. There's a mountain top up in fog. It sits high above your heart, and then its shadow war begins. Hey, yeah, oh, oh, oh. Hey, yeah, oh. Hey, yeah, oh, 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 oh. There's a wall of light screaming from beneath, all around your soul, and it plays for keeps. There's a hammer strong, willing you to swing, tear down all that's wrong, tear down all your sin. Hey, there's a wall of light screaming from beneath, all around your soul, and it plays for keeps. There's a hammer strong, willing you to swing, tear down all that's wrong, tear down all your sin.
WJBW Orlando, the very first quasi-radio web show.
All right.
We're not even on.
There you go.
How we
And
on
you're
now?
back. Now you're
JB
on.
Rev Show.
There you go. Welcome back to it.
So we thought we were
Thomas
on.
Wynn in studio, really giving us an incredible, insightful session. This is our
Yeah.
hashtag 10-4 edition, and keeping with that trucker theme, right? There's upcoming events that you guys have, and
Yeah.
I kind of want to encapsulate the end of the story. So right now, you guys are active, thriving, playing, full
Killing
band.
We are. So now we're
touring Europe.
well.
That was a
yeah.
great track too. That was
Twice last
Yeah,
year.
let's talk about that track real quick.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
that was called Mountain Fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Mountain Fog.
Yeah, and then we'll get pin it up. to
Off
where
of
we're
what
at.
album?
Wade Waist Deep.
And when
Our most recent release.
Yes.
And when did that come out?
Last May.
Last May.
Yeah.
So that being said, actually I already know, but let's talk about like you got shit coming up, right? I mean, like you're
Yeah, we wrote a bunch of new songs and then
Right.
went and did a demo session, and now we're just weeding through those and gonna pick the best ones for this new record and go record it.
So I got a question for you.
Mountain Fog.
Thomas.
Hold
so
on,
you want to
Ditch.
hear about Mountain
Hold on,
Fog?
Ditch.
So I have this looper, the pedal, this Boss RC30 looper pedal, and on my acoustic guitar, I would just make all these tracks where I just lay one thing, dung dung da dung, and then lay something else, da 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 da,
Right,
and then
right.
they all come, and so I made this music for this song.
Okay.
And took it to a buddy of mine named David Plakin, who had a studio up in Orange City.
Okay.
And showed him that, and he goes, "Oh, that's great." So then we made a track for it, made a song. I went outside, wrote the lyrics in about 20 minutes, which rarely happens. Rarely happens, but sometimes does. And wrote them in 20 minutes, and then continued to like them after it.
Yeah.
And you all right there, Rev?
Do you need a drink? Okay.
Yeah.
You're back.
I'm all right. Sorry.
Good. So, and then, and that was that song was almost an afterthought for the record. We had played our label a bunch of songs, and then one of our, and it just sounds businessy. We played our label song.
Okay.
But we did, and then one of our managers was there, and he said, "Hey, play him this song. You didn't play that song." And we played him that song, and they loved it and said, "Oh man, that's got to be on there too."
Wow.
So that was cool. It was
Okay.
an afterthought, and but it made the record. So.
Wow.
And
that's Mountain Fog. Yeah.
It
And
sounded awesome.
You can download that whole thing on Spotify.com or go to ThomasWynnandTheBelievers.com and get your gear, merch, and music there.
That's
So the question I had earlier is, so when you're on the road, like when you're going, through Europe and traveling with the band, and you guys are obviously spending a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Do you ever take that opportunity? Is that some of the times that you're writing music together, or
Not-
how does that?
Not really.
No, all right.
So I had a great conversation with Nathan Adams years ago.
Okay. Preacher Bill.
Preacher Bill, Bughead fame.
Yep.
Now he's in Seattle.
He's in Seattle. Yep.
Yeah. But we had a great conversation about writing songs, and this is 15 years ago. And I'd said, I'm kind of in a slump. I haven't written a song in a week or so, 2
Right.
weeks. And he said, well, the way I think about it is you experience life, you process life, and then you're able to reflect on it, or then you're able to produce from it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
your slumps aren't. He said the way I think about it is not thinking about it as you're in a slump.
Get into some trouble.
Yeah, but thinking about it as maybe now you're just processing. Maybe now you need to reflect more.
You got to know exactly where you're at and not be hypercritical of.
Not say I
can't
should always be
produce."
producing. I should always be. It's like
But
no,
you are, but you don't know where you're at in
right.
the process.
Where's the process? Where are
Well,
you?
you guys lost me at hello.
Okay.
Okay, so
Big brown brass band.
that's right.
right.
So on the road, I write a lot of notes to myself, and I start a lot of lyrics.
Okay.
But full songs generally don't happen. Sometimes they do, but rarely.
All right.
Then I come home and get to work, and there will be a period of 3 or 4 months where I kick out 50 songs.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
You go into the mode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I was just wondering how the process that you go through to do that, because everybody's obviously different, and it's so when you're home, I mean, like, where do you get your inspirations from? To,
Well,
like,
I think too, you even relate it to when you put together a set, Rev. It's that same kind of thing. You want to kind of take the end user on some kind of virtual trip or journey, or
Totally.
Get something out of yourself,
Right.
a cathartic
kind of
release.
digging deep, if you will, like
trying
your
to.
mind,
Yeah, I mean, with songwriting, I had in the past and for the longest time kind of only been able to take from my experience.
Right.
And then as I've grown older, I've thankfully not had to put myself through shit in order to
create something.
something that was felt deeply.
Right.
I could take someone else's shit,
know,
unfortunately. Or it doesn't even have to be that. I mean,
I love the way that you're answering this because it's, you see all these shows like, tours, from the tour bus,
Right,
and like,
right. Rock star-ish.
yeah, and how like, I wrote this song because just, you don't necessarily have to like go through that pain to like, really write something genuine.
No,
you know?
you don't have to. Not to say that experiencing all that life can give you in terms of emotional rigmarole and roller coaster.
Right.
I mean, that's incredibly useful is the wrong word. But it's just life. I mean, if you're living life and interacting with people, there's going to be emotional ups and downs. But I don't have to be so dark in order for something heavy to come out.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not to say that I will not capitalize on those situations when they do come. And they do come, of course. We're human. You know? I mean, I'm not always happy. Are you always happy?
No, you just can't be.
You can't be.
And it's not healthy to do that. So I like the getting down into the germinating of the seed of thought. Because a lot of the times, I used to write a lot of poetry when I was younger, and I kind of stopped. But you're right. It is a mode. There's little things that could set you off or push you down an avenue, and you're like, you just got to stop and remember, wow, okay, now I'm just collecting stuff. Right. And I'm collecting it, and I'm going to get it somewhere where I can process it and kind of get what I need out of it. Yeah,
and then as we get older and we get jobs and we have a family and we have a wife and a child and other mortgage and all this stuff, what it really takes at this point isn't the experiences, because those happen, it's life, but it really takes the dedication. The spark of the song. Discipline. The spark of the song is like that. It's a spark. Bam. There it is. But then it's the 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours, however, 40 hours to make that into now something that's palatable and something enjoyable and something that you'd like to play over and over again, something that means something. It takes time and effort, and that's the craft. That's the craft of songwriting,
That's awesome.
And I love the fact that you said, too, you're kind of moving into a producer direction, which
blown up right now,
totally, it totally kind of brings you, it brings you into another realm. So maybe I thought it would be cool to kind of touch on that. And then I want to talk a little bit about kind of where you're going to be here recently,
for sure.
locally, in the near term.
Great.
So, learning a little bit more about you. I mean, you are a deep dude. I will say that you are a deep dude. No, you are, dude.
Cool.
I think I think you're wise over there. So we appreciate that kind of stuff, and really just being able to learn a lot about your history on this session is exactly what our content is. We introduce people to somebody new every single week. So in saying all of that, let's touch on that first one.
Oh, so this is he's talking about the goth project that you did, the goth rock thing that you did.
The first bit, the producer bit.
Oh, okay.
Kind of shifting modalities.
Sure.
Good cop, bad cop. Remember?
For a long time I'd wanted to, and I honestly just didn't know that I was able to, or didn't think that I'd be able, because
don't trespass
over
here.
It's a huge endeavor, and it's a huge responsibility that someone else is putting their artistic being into and trusting you to say,
I didn't think of it that way.
And especially because it was my wife, whom she's an incredible musician,
right?
And I wanted to help her make a record that she would be proud of for as long as she wanted to listen to it, and as long as she's forever. And this is what's so when Wade Waist Deep came out. When Wade Waist Deep came out, our latest record,
right? Which came out in May.
Which came out last May. Yeah, my son Abel, our son, would. ask for it all the time. Mom, play Way Steep. Mom, play I Don't Regret. Mom, play.
See?
You can't. And he would. So he sings it all the time. And now Hannah's record's out.
That's so
and
awesome.
he's like, Mama, play Come Alive. Mama, play.
So
you know,
that I meant
it's
to
excellent.
go.
And he knows all the words, and he drums.
Right.
It's great. You know?
And he's been on stage with you before.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And the one time at the veranda, that you guys played, Hannah was right there in the front, and it was amazing to see.
Abel-
I took
yeah,
a couple
he's-
pictures
for You Can't Hurt Me. He loves that song. You Can't Hurt Me.
dude. It was amazing. I
And
think I cried actually.
It was excellent. He's
Yeah.
he's up there, and then so he's dancing.
He's
and
got his headphones on,
Yeah.
so he can't
That's right.
protect his
his ears.
Yeah.
And he's dancing around, singing the song with me. It's
Yeah.
great. And then
playing the guitar,
at the end of the song,
but not really
he
playing
goes
guitar.
he goes off. Yeah, air guitar.
Yeah, air guitar. And
He steps off the
awesome.
stage and goes over to Hannah, and then turns around. He's like, "I'm going to stand over here, but I'm still in the band." Yeah, yeah, man, you are. You're still in the band. Dude.
What's so incredible about the whole Wynn thing is that like you're carrying this, the torch. You're passing it along, and and that's what I mean about like this whole, just this journey of the fifth generation.
Yeah, I mean,
Wynn,
everything
you
out there
know?
is really so kind of processed,
like-
right? I mean, so
Yeah,
to
but-
have this natural, organic, like I jokingly said, like Partridge Family, but you're right. I mean, that's no joke. I
No,
mean, you
I'm
got
not joking
chops,
at
you're
all.
doing it.
This is no joke.
No,
I'm just
oh
kinda
my God!
saying
Shut
this-
up, Gary Newman over there. Gary Coleman,
Okay,
whatever
all right.
your name is over there. I
Jerry-
don't know.
okay.
Jerry Coleman. Sorry. I feel like this is feeding back.
Okay, well, while you're feeling like that's
You're
feeding back over here, I was
your
really
microphone's
trying to.
feeding back to mine. Stop
Oh,
it.
is it?
Stop it.
Okay, then.
I don't hear it.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't hear it either.
That was a distraction. That was a good old producer trick.
Was it?
That's right. We regain control. We're going to regroup it right into this pasture over
So
here.
back to the whole Wynn
Wynn.
family, like I don't want to say trilogy because it's like it's just it's nice
Phenomena.
to see, how important music is, and in your life, it's just
And
Are you okay?
and we have
Yeah.
been blessed in Orlando in terms of. I mean, I have some. There's lots of upcoming musicians in our town, and
Definitely.
that's amazing that we have the ability to have that we have the culture of musicians.
Orlando music culture. Yeah, we talk about
It's
that
great.
a lot. It
It's-
really is
it's
phenomenal.
wonderful. And a new guy asked me, how do you get something going? And who knows, man? I mean, you just got to go do
Stop.
it. You just
Yeah,
got to
you
go
gotta
do it.
Be critical of yourself, but not overly critical. Keep
Right.
changing, keep understanding, keep listening. And it's like almost when you said earlier, about the inspiration for the song stuff. It's like sometimes even just a word or a word said a certain way can change everything in your mind, and you're like, okay, I understand it like this now.
Right.
So it really is having the nonstop, undying searching.
Right.
You're
Absolutely.
constantly looking. You look, you will find. I
Right.
think is a good way to.
And what my wife and I have found is that when we are being when we are actively searching to better ourselves as people,
which is what I'm doing over here.
right?
Yeah.
When we are actively searching,
You do it over there.
That's right. I do.
Actively searching
to better our lives and be better people to
and enjoy life.
right. Well, what that does is bring about creativity.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
That's the whole reason we're doing this shit right now. We don't monetize this.
It begets
You know,
itself, right?
right,
If
it
you're
does.
Yeah.
perpetually
It's like-
kind of in that thing, and
it's
that's what we say. is,
showcasing
we want to
talent.
learn and talk about people over here, and sometimes we get people on the phone, sometimes we get people here in studio. But that being the point, it is a discipline.
It is.
So I'm glad that we're uncovering that
You have
because
to
a
have
lot
that
of the
outlet
times, yeah,
with
a
that
lot of
shit,
the times
like-
people just talk depending on the position, and maybe they're not heard, maybe they're just kind of broadcasting something to themselves or what have you. But I think what's important is each and every week we stay disciplined, make sure that we are eager and curious and earnestly wanting to learn about our fellow man. So
Right.
this
Excited.
week in studio, it's Thomas Wynn.
Yeah.
And much love and respect. He is
Much.
on our
Dude.
vibe totally.
I mean,
I love it.
So
dude,
it's
this is
fantastic.
awesome.
So having you in studio, dude, is a great
Much
treat.
much
Thank you
love.
so much.
Yeah,
Bro.
thank you. So let's do this then. Do we want to talk a little bit, real quick, about these upcoming events?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll say this
Most
first.
recently, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say the first one that's coming up. I also play in Hannah's band, Hannah Harbor and the Lionhearts.
Okay.
I
Right.
play guitar and sometimes drums, depending. But we have her CD release, her album release show.
Right.
Even though it came out, she put it out so that people could get it and
Right,
learn
right.
the lyrics, so that at the release show they can all sing along.
That's awesome.
At Will's Pub on February 16th.
Awesome. 2 days after Valentine's Day.
That's right. It's a Friday night.
Friday night.
And that'll be great. And I
Are
think
there
it's Friday.
even any tickets left for that at this point?
There should be
People are
a
buying
few.
them up.
They are buying them up, but there should be a few left. You can get them either
Probably
at
willspub.org,
it's a
right?
Saturday night.
Oh, it is a Saturday
it's a
night.
Saturday
That's even
night.
better because I have a gig every Friday night.
There
So
you
I
go.
was like thinking, oh my God, I
Oh,
got to
no,
cover
I
this.
can't go there.
No,
So, yeah.
I would have got it covered because I'm going to be there.
Good.
For sure. You're going to
February,
be there?
I am. Yeah.
And it's Valentine's.
February 16th.
All right. I'll be there. Well, you know,
What a stupid question.
it's not a stupid question.
He's in.
He could be
I'm
on
in the
tour.
band. I'm in the
Are
band.
you going to be in the?
I'm in
are
the
you
band.
going to be
You're also
there?
in another
Talking
band.
about the show
I am in
you're
another
doing?
band. Yeah. So then,
Okay.
then the Believers
God.
are playing the next Saturday, the
Oh, see?
23rd, at the Rockin' Robinson
Oh, this is cool.
in the Milk
Yeah.
They're
District.
closing down Robinson again. The
Right.
first year,
Is
there was
Hannah gonna be
Eugene
there?
Snowden was kind of headlining that, and now this year, it's very exciting
Yeah.
to announce.
Excited.
In the head of the lineup there, where I'm trying to read it right
Getting
from their
some
site.
wood. That's
you
how
go.
excited I am.
One night in Orlando. It's tickets are $15 in advance and $20 at the door. It'll be February 23rd. Rockin' Robinson, the second annual installment of this, closing
That's
down
awesome.
Robinson.
That's right.
Right there in the
Should be a lot of
Milk
fun.
District. The Spam All Stars and the Milk District collaborate to make this happen. So you guys are playing
Yeah, we play at 10, I think. 10
o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
they haven't listed a lineup or anything here.
Okay.
So I'm trying to make sure I've got all the information. There we go. Okay, wait.
All right.
Oh, now I just got songs.
Anyways, so we got February 16th.
February 16th
Saturday
at Will's
Will's Pub.
Hannah Harbor and the Lionhearts.
I'll definitely be there. And
Album
and
release
Dana will
show.
be there too,
Yeah,
for
awesome.
sure. Yeah,
Awesome.
we'll be there.
Now
and
coming
then
up,
the 23rd at Robinson, Rockin' Robinson.
there you
Rockin'
go,
Robinson on the 23rd, February.
23rd.
So that's still like a month away.
That's a month away, so put it on your calendars. Buy tickets now.
now, seriously, because this shit will
tickets
sell
now.
out
Buy
for
tickets
sure.
now.
Buy tickets. We're going to take the first caller. We're going to give away a pair of
16th.
tickets. No, we're not.
Saturday.
It's good. The show is in high demand. We can't give away tickets. I'm sorry. Bubba the Love Scrubby.
Yeah.
We could
Okay.
probably give
All
two
right.
away.
We can give
Anyways.
them. Uh-oh. All right.
So hey,
Let's do. We have a little.
we got Thomas
group of
Wynn.
listeners.
Thomas
That's
Wynn.
very good. And
In studio.
Thomas Wynn in studio. You want to
should wrap
bust
this
to
up.
another? Let's bust to another track. Let's parlay your "You Can't Hurt Me."
Great, let's do
I
All
think
right.
that would be cool, seeing as how your son loves that
it.
track.
My son does it.
So all right. So we'll bump
So
into
are
that.
you
we'll
able to
come
hang
back.
for one
we'll do
more,
a little
or
bit
like-
of news. Huh?
No, we should have
We
kind of wrap this up.
It's all being. We'll just hang out with us for the news.
No,
We'll play another song. We'll come
Okay.
back and do a little news and get out of here.
Okay,
Does that sound good?
great.
Okay.
And we can talk about whatever you want during.
All
the
right,
news.
then.
Okay. All right. This is "You Can't Hurt Me" off of Wade Waist Deep from Thomas Wynn and the Believers. Enjoy.
Yeah.
I was up in the clouds. I fell down to earth. I took a ride on a river to the city of my birth. It's been 5 long years since you drove me from center heel. I was once your whipping post. But now I'm alive and I'm free, and I know you wanna drag me down, but you can't get me off my feet when I'm standing on higher ground. You can't hurt me no more. You can't hurt me no more. You can't hurt me no. You can't hurt me no more. You can't hurt me no more. You can't hurt me no. You can't hurt me no more. You can't hurt me no more. You can't hurt me no. You can't hurt me no more. You can't hurt me no more. You can't hurt me no.
You're listening to the JB Rev Show.
Oh, you know, some people are into that. I know there's a website.
Golly!
Yeah, that's right. I'm back. I'm the Reverend. Got the JB over there.
Yeah, that's right. I am
There,
JB.
All you got
You
to
are
do
the
is
Reverend.
Google that,
Let's
and you'll
get him
see
up.
nothing comes up. You Google the JB Rev Show.
Google that right now.
That's right. So, hey,
Shit like that.
it's been awesome. That was Thomas Wynn and the Believers.
There you go. That last track we just heard.
Yeah.
Thomas Wynn and the Believers.
That's right. And what was the name of that track there, JB?
You can't hurt me.
I can hurt you if I want to.
No more.
I can't.
You can't hurt
Are you
me
sure?
no more.
I'll come over there and I'll pound your
Okay.
face into the goddamn
My
concrete.
goodness. No. He's our guest.
Sweet.
Stop
All
that.
right, I can't hurt him.
I
Go
feel-
check out-
I feel
You know what? I'm
very-
gonna
Roger
believe him.
Robinson.
Very
Southern
safe.
Fried Sundays.
Very safe.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah. So then also next Sunday, I didn't say that. Next
say
Sunday,
that.
my sister and I, Olivia and I, are playing the
Right.
13th annual or 13th anniversary rather.
That's
All
right.
right.
Of Southern Fried Sunday.
That's just this
That's a
Sunday.
good bill.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god,
Coming
dude!
up
How
on
could
the
you
20th of the
forget
week.
that?
On the 20th.
Jessica Polly.
Jessica
She's,
Polly, Matt Woods is playing. We're playing. Juno Smile. Lots of folks.
Yeah.
There's lots of other people on there.
And that's, of course, out at Will's Pub.
Dude,
So
that's
there you
correct.
go.
Let's
so
talk
that's
about
do
that.
that this weekend. There you
We
go.
should have had Jessica Polly call in and talk about that tonight. If we would have,
Yeah, she called us on our season Ocho premiere, and now
You
we're on
know,
season 9er.
We,
And
we really should have had.
we should really
her as a
not
guest.
keep doing this bad news bit, but we're going to.
Oh my god! And then we're out of here because it's after 9 o'clock. Two stories.
A couple of stories. What do you want?
Two stories.
Two
That's all we're doing.
stories. All
Maybe
right.
three if you're lucky.
All
If
right.
Thomas wants this.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I guess I got to get a good one here. All right. Here's
Better
a good
get
one.
at least three good ones.
Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds. All right, let's.
Donette meet Nyago Star, the heavy metal cat mascot that's touring rural Japan. All right, I'll pop this up over there for you. Here in a
Okay,
moment.
so you're showing our listeners who can't see this.
He's playing the drums. Hold on. Let me
Oh,
get-
he's 4, right?
yeah. He's in a big Japanese cat costume.
Maybe he's not 4.
going
I
around
don't know.
playing metal.
No, he must not be 4.
He's an apple that's been inhabited
No,
by
he's
the
not
spirit
4.
of the dead, and he's kind of a celebrity in Japan thanks to his impressive heavy metal drum covers. And there he is.
No,
Okay.
he's not for it.
When you're overqualified for the job, in October he went viral in the U.S. And
In
there he is.
October. This
just
is
of
really
2018.
This is very current, right?
Nayego Star is what's known as
What year are we
Japan's Yuruchara, which translates to
Chill
I can't read that
mascot.
fast.
Chill mascot.
Okay.
Chill
there you go.
mascot.
All right, that's my first story. There
Wow.
you go. Would you like
That's
that
your
one?
that's your opener?
That's my opener.
That's the best one
And
you
I'm
had?
going right to
See what I'm saying?
gender neutral
Bad.
birth certificates now available in New York City. Have you heard this article? This is from WFTV.com. And
That's Channel 9,
in
WFTV.
in New York City, you don't have to name the gender of your baby now. I guess I don't know what that means, but gender neutral birth certificate. So you can't tell if that's a penis or a vagina. That's for you if you're
Well,
in
you know-
New York, I guess.
So my son, I asked him real quick. Sorry.
No, please.
No, please save
Oh
us.
my God.
Save us.
Save this.
I asked him, Abel, are you a boy? And he says, yeah, I'm a boy. I said, oh, okay. And then this other little boy that we know asked him if he's a boy, and he says, no. And I said, oh, are you a girl? And he said, no. Okay, well, what are you? I'm a person.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
Are we good?
and no one told this little person to say this. You know?
Right.
So it's interesting.
How old was this little person?
He's 3.
3 years old. That's awesome.
So there may be some validity.
So, you know
to
what it sounds like to me?
Not necessarily identifying as.
You're hanging out with kind of the right
Sex
kind
or
of people.
There you go. Another one from WFTV. And slide this
I
one
like
in
that.
on you. Traditional masculinity deemed harmful
You know what I'm
by
saying.
American Psychological Association. Traditional masculinity deemed harmful by American. So recently there was
I
this
definitely agree with
Gillette
that. Don't
ad.
you agree with that?
Have you heard about this Gillette
No,
ad?
the traditional masculinity being terrible for
Yeah, it is.
culture. I definitely agree with that.
I agree wholeheartedly as well. It cuts off a lot of options.
Something on my sleeve right
Okay,
there.
I think it says
Jimmy?
piss off or diss off.
Piss
One
off.
of the two.
Piss off.
It says inmate number 457.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, what were you saying? What does
so
it
this
say?
Gillette thing? Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
This big controversy now because Gillette
An ad. They
puts
did,
out. Yeah, puts
it
out
used
this
to be
ad.
Gillette for men, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Exactly. So you haven't seen this. Can you play this so he can see
let
it?
me
Because
see.
the audio is just as good.
Okay. Let me
So
see
if
I
you can
could-
play
I'll
it,
bring the audio up
because it's something that Gillette just did. Release this. Can you put up on there on the main screen? No.
Is this the best a man can get? Is it?
So it's not going to translate as well without the video, but it's basically
Okay.
It's been
showing
going on
like you
far
know
too long.
inappropriate pictures of women
We can't laugh it off.
and just kind of
Oh my gosh. Okay.
so yeah.
So it's a slap in the face
Making the same
to
old excuses.
machismo.
Yeah.
Boys will be boys. Okay.
But something finally changed.
Okay, so this is causing.
regarding sexual assault and
This is a razor, though. Right? They're opening a
there will
conversation
be
like
no going
Nike
back.
was not afraid
Because
to
we
stand
knee.
out, right?
we
Take a
believe in
knee.
the best.
Is
in
that a
men.
good thing?
I think it needs to be addressed, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
showing
how many
awareness.
problems could corporations solve
To
if
say
they
the right
kind of looked
thing.
at them like
You're
this?
absolutely right.
To act the right way.
I don't know. There you go. So at the
Some
end of the day,
already
Donald
are.
Trump, good thing. Because we're all like, fuck
And
no,
we've been-
bitch. That's not how you do it.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
small.
think that's really what. Anyway, all right. I'll turn that off. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If
All right.
maybe, I guess if there's one good thing about it, that could be it.
And that's probably the only thing that would see as a benefit soaking out of this. Anyway, so we are however many weeks now, government shutdown, but I do want to say we've had a awesome session.
This is great.
So we want to kind of
Can't thank-
thanks for indulging my couple of news
Thomas
stories
Wynn.
there. Yeah, but I want to get your plugs in before we go to our little sponsor crawl.
Okay.
Okay, so 20th, man, this weekend, go check this guy out.
Southern Fried Sunday.
Southern Fried Sunday, Will's
Yep.
Pub, number
Will's
one.
Pub.
With your sister Olivia.
with my sister Olivia.
Yeah.
That'll be an awesome
Just the
show.
two of you? Like
a
just-
bunch of other, like
that's it?
Juno Smile.
Just the two of us.
You on guitar?
That's
Her
on
on
the guitar,
a
her
duo.
on vocals.
Dude,
me on
that's
vocals.
going to be...
tambourine?
We're gonna play a bunch of new songs.
Really?
Awesome. Okay.
That's perfect.
That's this Sunday. And what time are you on? Do you know?
We're on at 8 or 8:15.
8:15 p.m.
8 or 8:15.
Are you in the pub or are you in Little Indies? Are you
I'm
on the
not privy to that information
Okay. All right. No worries. All good.
as of yet.
Hey,
I'm sure I could find out.
wherever you are, it's
I'm
going to be
I'll
awesome.
probably be there around.
He's got
you
a
know,
rider.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I'll be there when it starts. When does it
messing
start?
with him.
3 p.m. I think.
3 p.m. You're going to be there. I'm
Early,
thinking even
ready
before then.
to go.
I'm setting up
You
tables.
seem like
chairs.
too. What I like
You're
about
that
Thomas
guy.
is
I'll
you
help
could
out as much as I can.
see he's
Damn
got
that-
improv
damn right.
skills too. You could see it. He's got improv skills. You get man.
He's getting, how about he's got a clever wit
Okay.
about him?
Well,
You know,
I would
and
say
he's
he's
smart.
yeah.
Unlike
Good to have in a fight. Why are you pointing at me,
hey,
David Schmoey?
pointing at
the
the
rainbow's
picture.
hitting your face. There you go.
Fine.
Take an
Of course it
Instagram
is.
right now. No, I'm not taking
so,
the picture.
Anyways, we got Thomas Wynn in the studio,
I was
and we're
just-
wrapping this shit up.
Just receiving your compliments.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
hey.
I'm sorry. He muddied it up.
No, I didn't muddy
But
shit up.
We try to praise people every week
it's important.
and appreciate the fact that they
love
gave
you
us some
both.
time to learn. So thanks again, and
Thanks
our
for
audience
having me.
appreciates
Really
it.
appreciate
So, let's get into one thing here. It's
The outro.
Babies, kitty cat babies.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, we
The
want to
outro.
thank PocasHottest.com.
Pocahontas.
P-O-C-A.
We love Wendy.
SHOTTEST.com.
Kush Ultra Lounge. I'm there every Friday night.
Dank Orlando
Anthony
City
Moss
Smoke Shop.
is there every Saturday night.
There you go.
And next Thursday, Christian Kelty and I are starting
Nice.
Thursday 80s night
Dude, that'll be cool.
at Kush Ultra Lounge.
Great.
So
Very nice.
that's going to be
Very
awesome.
nice.
That's this
Very
Thursday. Me and Christian.
Good. All right.
Kelty.
There you go. ShannonHoltArt.com. Infotainment.com. Domestic
What?
radio upgrades, factory, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto.
Modern music.
Modern music movement.
Movement.
There you go. Ear Theater.
Nora's Sugar Shack.
BadassSandwiches.com.
Maxine's on Shine.
Maxine's on Shine. Thank you.
Maxine's.
There
That's
you
right.
go. Big ups. There you go. Big ups.
Big
We're
ups.
going to bring up big ups back.
Iron Cow.
That's what we're going to make big ups great again.
Iron Cow.
Anyway.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
I got a new one. Stonewall.
I'm going to close. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we could talk
Stonewall.
about that.
The
Yeah.
new sponsor.
Which was, I think it was the first album on the track, Man Out of Time.
Man, I'm out of time.
First song.
We're going to close with that one.
Great.
It goes all over the place, dude. All right, so
Oh, man.
go Thomas Wynn and the
And that's Wynn.
Believers.com. Go check them out. WJBW Networks.
WYNN.
Okay.
That's right.
God, dude.
WYNN.
No, we've already played it. Stop that.
Remember, Thomas Wynn. WYNN.
Nope. You're messing it all up.
.com.
Man. All right,
WYNN.
Come on.
WYNN.com.
WYNN. I like it. WYNN.com.
WYNN.
That works. Okay.
I need to just buy that. That's nice.
I'm going to go man
I'm
out.
sure,
.com.
I'm sure the hotel has it.
All right.
It's already bought.
Let's get our mics. All right. Enjoy this track.
BigDaddy.com.
Go check them out. We'll see you next week. What are we doing? I don't know. Oh, no.
WYNN.
Do it on a Thursday. Check this.
WJBW.
The electronics are so predominant that people would really prefer that.
The JB Rev Show.
Is it JP? Sometimes I don't listen to some of our podcasts. Yes, I do, man. Sometimes I don't listen to some of our podcasts.
Yeah, after all this time, it's really been JP,
Well,
not
you know,
JB. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know.
You don't listen? Do you listen to the shows when you're not
my
on
gosh.
them? I'm curious.
Of course I do.
I'm just curious.
Yes, I do, man.
do?
As a matter of fact, I feel bad because okay, I will give you this. I did not listen to that Monday show. I'm sorry.
Okay. You feel bad?
Well, because sometimes I don't listen to some of our podcasts over. Of course I do.
I'm just curious.
Sometimes I don't listen to some of our podcasts. Yes, I do, man. Sometimes I don't listen to some of our podcasts.
Monday night, 7 o'clock, the JB Rev Show.
Yes, I do.
JB Webb is on the radio. No, he's not, but there you go. If you look on your internet, I bet you will find him. JBWEBB. 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 JB Webb was on the radio. Started his own web show. There you go. JBWEBB. JBWEBB. JB Webb is back in commotion. Don't know why he didn't jump in the ocean when his radio job did fail. What the hell? What the hell? Never give up on making your dream unless you're sleeping and you want to wake up from your dream. What? JB Webb, JBWEBB. Is that right? JBWEBB. And don't know why he didn't jump in the ocean when his radio job did fail. What the hell? What the hell?
WJBW.
The electronics are so predominant that
What the
people
hell?
would really prefer that.
JB Webb was on the radio. Started his own web show. There you go.